So this workbench was never meant to be my bow bench. It was meant to house my chainsaws, work on my chainsaws, stuff like that. But it does have some big problems. It wobbles a lot when you start draw knifing and carving heavily on it. And before I'm done, I'm at the other end of the shop, you know, because it walked so much. So my solution to that is to make a workbench from these logs. Now, I'm not sure how much wood I'm gonna get from these three, but the goal is to hopefully get the majority of the lumber from the logs. What we're gonna use to cut these logs up is this saw right here. Oh, saw's always in the way. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna get set up and start cutting. Got my safety gear on, ready to start sawing. We got our first cut done. We'll see what it looks like. Take the ladder off. Went pretty well. Got to adjust the saw a little bit. This ladder, I definitely need I need some nuts on it or something, because those screws from the vibration they pretty much unleveled, I think. They were unscrewing as I was going along. So I don't know how flat it's gonna be, but it might be all right. It doesn't look terrible. Whoa, we don't want the whole thing to go. There you go. Wow, that's pretty cool. You see where I gouged in, I readjusted right there, because one of those screws, I was hitting it. So at this point, you can roll it and then put the ladder back on, do another cut that's 90 degrees to your first cut. But what I'm gonna try to do is what the book says here, it came with the mill, is to drop your gauge down, the saw all the way down, and make another second cut without rolling it. And I haven't done that before, so I'm gonna try that and see how that goes. And I'm just gonna use wedges so that hopefully the log doesn't pinch the blade or the chain. Second cut went a lot better because the ladder wasn't moving or anything on it. I can't wait to roll it over and just see what it looks like. That looks nice. That actually was a nice cut. That's really cool. Beautiful. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that cut really, you know, for a chainsaw, that's not too bad. Wow. So it just needs to be, yeah, it's stuck right there for the moment, but log wasn't right there anymore. It was right here a second ago. Second cut went really good. It looks actually pretty smooth for a chainsaw. I'm pretty happy with it. So we're gonna clean it up. I'm done for the day. We had kind of a long day getting started. We'll come back tomorrow and keep going at it. But it was a lot of fun and exciting to see this come together.
You did a great job.
Hey, that's my first vlog ever, babe. First bow, first log. What else can we do first? What's gonna happen is we're gonna cut this off now and we're gonna leave this round it and we're just gonna go down and get our boards. But we're gonna have this crack now. We should have started it this way, cut it, and then rolled it, and then the crack would have been going that way. But I don't think that crack, if you look here, that crack looks like it maybe goes this far, but we'll see. We'll see.
How big is it? How long is the
12 foot.
12 foot? Okay.
So you might lose 2 foot, so we'll have 10 foot.
That's fine. We're not building a 10-foot table.
No, it's 6 foot.
Yeah.
So we'll still have 4 foot pieces left over. If we had a full 12, it would have 2 6-footers, but that's fine. We got hopefully enough wood here. So it's day 2, and I spent the morning getting the log level, and I'm gonna go ahead and make my 3rd cut, and hopefully start making some boards after that.
Look at that.
Yeah. It cut what, 10 minutes for a 12-foot oak? That's not bad. It's pretty hard wood, you know. That's a brand new chain. I mean, it's cut 4 times now, but it cuts good.
Great job. I'm very proud of you. That is so nice. Yeah, and that's oak.
Yeah, that's oak too, yeah. Yeah, that's how, and then you get a board out of it.
I'm very impressed.
I think if you wanted to go further, you could buy like a planer to make it smoother, but
Yeah.
honestly, for us, just sanding it would probably be enough.
Wow. You guys are so ingenious.
No, it's not our idea. We just,
Yeah.
somebody else's idea.
How many people ever take the time to do something like that?
That's pretty cool though, right?
It is awesome.
We got boards now.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
How's your back?
It's fine like that. It's
Fine.
when I have to do it up here. When it's high like this, I have to be bent like this, and that
okay.
hurts my back.
Oh, you're gonna have to
So the
sort it
first
out.
cut is going to be kind of hard on this one. An extra time. I can, yeah,
That's amazing.
it's pretty cool. Pretty neat setup, isn't it? It's Alaskan sawmill.
Smart. Boy, that thing runs good too.
It does. It runs really good. So we had our first day. We had a hard time getting it started. We spent 2.5 hours trying to get this thing started. Brand new.
Oh, it wouldn't start?
No.
Saw?
No. We could not figure it out, could we, babe? We
Wasn't
finally
that
got
the one
it.
you bought a long time ago?
Yeah, brand new.
Oh, but you hadn't used it?
Yeah. I think it
Oh.
just because it sat. We tested the spark. We put fuel in it. Premium $5 a gallon.
Is it really?
Yeah. There we go. I got this log all set up to get some beams out of it was the plan, some 6x6s and some 4x4s. So I set up this edge mill. I got it all ready to go. And then I went to put the big saw on, and I just realized this saw just seems too big for this small of a log. I mean, it's wobbly, and it just seems a little less safe too. So my firewood saw here, I think would work a lot better, but I don't have a ripping chain for this one. And nobody around here sells a ripping chain, so I gotta order it. So it's gonna be on hold for a little while. So while we're waiting for the ripping chain, we're gonna hold on this log and go to that one and get some more planks, which we need anyway out of that one. All right, so we're back with the brand new bar. I got from Granberg, a milled bar, and it's on my little firewood saw. It's only 50 cc. I don't know how it's gonna work on this big log. We'll see. I might have to push it really slow, but let's give it a shot. So obviously the little saw couldn't cut all the way through, so I still had the cant end pieces, the rounded pieces still on there, which I couldn't shove wedges under. So at the end it pinched, which I expected, and I couldn't use my little saw because it's all set up, so I just tried it. That's pretty cool though. That all worked, I think, pretty well. They look like two little beams sitting there. So I'm gonna pull these off, and then we're gonna set up to try to do some 4x4s underneath that using the same method. You. It'd be,
I could
well,
barely carry the other logs.
well, I don't know. We'll see how much they weigh. Oh, these things are way heavier. Yeah. Holy cow. Wow. Small tree. Oh, that hurt. Wow. That thing is heavy. Wondering if I can roll it. That little saw did a good job. That is smooth. Good job, little saw. One in. I don't know if I'll put the next one on top of it. I might try that. The worst part is pulling it off the log because it hits the ground and it just shakes your whole body. Hurts the hands. Here's the worst part. Ugh. Ouch. I hate that part. Yeah, it's got like a little curve in it. And we got the bottom part of the log to work on the 4x4s, which should be easier a little bit, a lot lighter anyway. Got them in. They are a little heavy, and it feels good to have them in here drying. I'm gonna go get something to eat. So it's been about 7 months or so. Luckily my wood pile's still here. Hopefully it's dry enough that it won't shrink too much. I'm gonna start on the big bulky legs, cut those to lengths right now. Hey, slide better. Okay, we'll stop right there. Well, I'm gonna cut the end off so it's straight, as close as I can. So I'm gonna cut this off, and then I'm gonna measure my length. Dang, I'm off a little bit. Yesterday, I had this on upside down. This was barely touching, and it unwound and just about smacked me in the face. So for this stage of the build, I'm setting a goal for myself to try to use hand tools only as much as I can anyway, and also to use no fasteners or if possible no glue. I don't know why I enjoy setting challenges for myself, but I do. It pushes me kind of out of my comfort zone and stresses me out a lot. There is something rewarding about it at the end of the day, to challenge yourself and see if you can't figure it out as you go. And that's what we're gonna try here and see if I keep my sanity at the end of it. Maybe like down there and across here, possibly across here, but like grooved in down there like that. Okay, so this is the base of the workbench that I'm thinking. These are really heavy, so I really feel good about it maybe not wobbling, even if I build it wrong. So we got the 6x6s on the corners, we got some 4x4s here, and then my idea is to do some joinery. And I'm gonna try to do like a mortise and tenon joint and some other joints and try to hold it together. So I heard that's the strongest, probably best way to build a workbench that's strong and sturdy. I've never done joinery before. I have some construction knowledge using screws and stuff and fasteners, but other than that, this is all learning, kind of like my bow. So apparently I'm in a learning season. So to give a little more context to the workbench build, me and my wife went over a lot of different ideas. And this is the design we came up with. At the bottom, you got open shelving. Up top, I'm gonna have 4 drawers that pull out. The bench is gonna have like kind of worked sections. One side's gonna be for carving the bow, and then you go to the other corner, and that's gonna be more designed for arrow making. And then the other corner is gonna be for like string making and maybe debarking and stuff like that. Kind of neat to kind of think about how I could make up a bench kind of designed around archery and bow building. And it's not gonna be perfect. I'm sure down the road I'll come up with even more refined ideas. But for now, this is what I came up with, and I'm just excited to see it kind of come alive. So the tools you're seeing on screen right now aren't actually the same tools that I started with. My very first joint, the mortise joint I did, was way different than it was now. Because what I did was I started with these chisels. As you can see, they're broken. Here's what happens when you use the wrong tool for the job that you're trying to do. I did do it. I did a 2-inch joint, mortise joint, about 3 inches deep, and I broke both of these. I also used a 1-inch bench chisel that I bent. It was my good 1-inch. It took me 3.5 hours to do that one joint. And I kind of thought that's just the way it is. Okay, it's gonna take me 3.5 times 20. I'm gonna be here a couple weeks, is what I thought. I looked into it, did some research, did find some helpful YouTube videos on like timber framing, and it led me to this 1.5-inch mortise timber framing chisel. What a difference. Now it took my next joint, took me down to about 2 hours. So I already shaved 1.5 hours off just by getting the right tool, and it's a lot tighter of a joint. Now for using those little tools, the joint wasn't terrible. Actually, for my first joint, I was actually pretty happy with it, but this is just way better. This helped so much. It was worth the money. If you're thinking about doing something like that, just if you can, spend the money to get at least the bare essentials of what you need, because I really needed this. And this holds up to all my mallet strikes and a lot of prying when you're doing mortise joints. And this is stout enough. It's not gonna, it shouldn't break anyway. So yeah, lesson learned. Glad I learned it the hard way though, and wanted to share it with you guys. What I learned doing all this is that this saw is my main panel saw that I use, crosscut, and it does really good for that. But when it came to doing a joint, like a tenon or something, and you had to go with the grain, this did not do very good. When I was sawing, I was just like getting hot and sweaty, and I'm like, why is this so much more work? And it was plugging up all the time. Well, this doesn't do very good for ripping. I see a lot of people use this. I think it's what a Japanese Ryoba, I think it's called. And this saw is really nice. I see what the hype is about. It's got a rip on one side and then a cross cut on the other. And instead of also cutting on the push stroke, it cuts on the pull. It's a very precise saw and does a great job for all the tasks that I have for it. And if you have to, you can flip cookies with it, leave a little maple sawdust on there, and you got yourself maple flavored pancakes. It's a great versatile tool. I made about maybe 12 joints now. And now my time is cut down to about an hour with just the mortise, and then another 10 minutes or so to do the shelf. So considerably getting faster and faster from my 3.5 hour start. So I'm liking the time. It's not a race, but I am happier that I'm cutting and shaving time. The better I get, the more I do. All right, so I made a little bit of a boo-boo. It's right here. Boo-boo! I got 2 of the same. I had to do this because when I laid it out, you know what it hit me? You know what it hit me? I carved this whole thing for like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden, I hit a hole, and I'm like, I should not be hitting a hole right now. Well, that's because I hit this joint, and I was like, oh, I forgot to move it. I had these laid out differently. I moved this one. Why in the world I left? I decided to leave, I guess, and not move this one. And I came back the next day and thought, oh, that one's moved. This one must have already been moved. I started carving it. I struck gold on this side, or oil, and not a good sign.
Wouldn't that be a good thing if you struck with gold or
Yeah,
oil?
yeah, but in a bad way. So like bad oil that you can't use. And I was like, crap, I never moved that joint. So it wouldn't be a woodworking project if you didn't have a mistake, I think. So I had to move this up, carve another one right next to it. Well, how I think I'm gonna fix it is I think I'm gonna make a, like, kind of like a tenon. I'm gonna fill it, pound it in there, and cut it off, sand it, and then I'm gonna chip it out here because it's gonna protrude into this joint. And I think it'll be okay, and I think it'll be savable, but annoying, but not the end of the world. I made it so that the grain would hopefully match up the best it can on the outside of the log. Same with my plug. I cut it so that the outside of the log was the part that should face up. Whew, I don't know if I should try that. Felt like it quit. That might be all we got. It could go a little more. There, that's it. Now I just cut it off and it's plugged. Oh! Oh, it's heavy. Whew. Set it right here for now. Whew. It's funny. I always used to do that. I used to do that at a construction site, lift up a board and be like, oh! There was like one guy from the lumber yard. He's like, why are you owing? He's like, you're not that old. I said, yeah, wait till you hit 32, man. It's all down. He was older than me. He's like, I'm older than you. So you know what I mean then, you know? Okay, it's assembly day and I got them all stained and I have a couple coats of polyurethane on them. And I wish I was a little more excited about this moment. I'm kind of nervous because I'm afraid that I'm gonna get it all put together and it's not gonna be square or level or something like that. And it's gonna cause problems for putting the top on and other things, or using it. But we'll see what happens. I spent probably a month doing all this by hand, and then I fit each joint to the corresponding, tenon, mortise, and I numbered them all so I didn't get them all confused. Kind of like IKEA furniture, a little bit. So the goal is to hopefully put one side together, and then I'm gonna do the other side, and then at the end, the final step, I'm gonna try to just use the width pieces to finally make it one. So I'm gonna get that set up right now. We'll see how it works out. 5 and 3. Okay. So 3 goes in there. That means that this side is 4. Is that 4 there? I can't read my own writing. Doesn't look like a 4.
This is 4. This is 4.
That's 4?
This is 4.
Is this not a 4? That's definitely a 4, I think. I made this and I don't even know how it goes together. And then this one must go over there. Good thing you number them. Yeah, and here's 6 and 5. Okay, we're looking good. I mean, wow. That's actually, I'm pretty happy with that. Being only 16th off from top to bottom, I'll take it. I'll take that. So hopefully that side goes just as good. That's cool, honestly. I like the joints. They makes you want to do more, you know. I'm not even done yet, but yeah, well, I'll do that one and it won't work out. I'll be like, I hate joints, so. Oh, they're exactly the same. Okay, never mind. This one, pretty good. So I'll put these 2 on, sandwich them. Oh! I need to do the top. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try and flip it up so I have a hard, rock solid surface. I might lay a blanket down so that it doesn't scratch it up. The only other method I could do is a ratchet strap. I've seen that done. You ratchet it together, but.
Well, why don't we try that first?
You think that would be something to try first?
Yeah, that's gonna save your back. Oh my gosh, what?
Let's try it. Yeah. If I have one big enough. I think I do actually. Now that I think about
You're
it.
not worried about your back?
No. I need like a.
Sorry.
Which one?
Oh, it's just shaking.
Are you kidding me? There's no bug there, is there? Oh, I see him. There it is. It's one of those box elder bugs. Oh, yeah. That pulled it in. So I gotta just cut some off this and this because I cut them for this height, not this height. So they just got to be trimmed down about 1.25 inches, I think. Okay, that was super satisfying. I enjoyed that. It went together without a problem, really. I'm happy. I'm very happy with it. That was one of the coolest things I've done yet in my life that I've created. Feels very, very strong and very heavy. Way heavier than my old bench. So I'm already very optimistic about that for carving and working on bows. So this better create some better bows because I know it wasn't me. But seriously, this was so cool, a lot of fun. It went together quite well. For my first time ever doing this, I couldn't be happier. All right, now we're gonna start building the shelves. Nothing new or exciting here, so we're just gonna time lapse real quickly through it, and then I'll see you in about 30 seconds. So if you get mad at me, I'll just sleep out here, and then when I wake up, I just go right to work. I'm at my work. This is an old man bed. So this is great for an old man bed. You're sleeping. That happens every morning anyway. So this is very realistic.
That happens in an old man bed.
So old man bed, it props up your head, my back, my legs are propped up, and then when you can't get up because it's just been a long night, you use this bar to help you get up. It's like, I think we discovered something. Old man bed.
It's like a crib.
It's old man crib. That's what we should call them. We'll patent it, old man crib. Oh, and then getting out, it's gonna be kind of. You got to go out the foothole, and then use this one to help guide your way, and then use this one to guide the rest of the way, like that. There we go. There. Then you stretch. And you fart. And you go to the bathroom. Okay, my next step is to do the drawers. I have thought a long time on how to do these drawers. And again, with the challenge I set for myself not to use fasteners and glue, it's been a challenge. I like to not rely on looking things up when it comes to creativity wise anyway, of how to design something, because I kind of want to stretch myself to try to come up with it on my own, you know, to, I don't know, to think outside the box, to think of something maybe I never thought of before. And there's something fulfilling in that. Doesn't mean that I never will look something up, especially when I get stumped. But right now, I have a design idea for the drawers that may work, and I'm going to kind of experiment with it next. I'm going to put tracks in here, and then I'm going to design the drawer so that it rides on this. You'll have to see it for the joint I'm doing, but it's going to ride on this essentially on the outside of the drawer, and then it's going to be just dovetail on the top. The faceplate, I have no idea how I'm going to mount that without using glue or fasteners. I'm kind of stumped on that right now, but I'm hoping that once I get the drawer built, that it'll kind of come to me and be like, okay, I'm going to maybe do it this way, or I never saw that. I'm kind of a visual learner, so I'm hoping that it'll come to me then. Oh, split it. That's too bad. I know this is a sketchy joint because of the I'm going with the grain, and that's where it split. So I'll have to use some glue to glue that back together, and then I'll clean that up. So that's something that I would change in the future. I had to stick with it though because I already have a couple made, and then I had the last one split out, and then this one split out too, which makes sense. I mean, going with the grain isn't the best, especially with only having that much, but I need that. That's my track. So I'll just throw some glue on it, and it should be fine. But in the future, this would work a lot better if it's going across the grain, I think. But it's just part of the learning. Perfect. We are good. All right, that's it for the drawers. They're all done. All I got left is to sand them, put some stain finish on them, and they're completely done. They turned out great. I love the results. First time doing drawers, it turned out really good. So really happy about that. I was really nervous about it, but couldn't be happier. This project's turning out better than I thought. So we're on the home stretch. Next, I got the top to do. Hopefully that goes good, and I'm all done. I can clean up, get back to work. Okay, I'm gonna work on mounting the top. I want to explain how my thought process about it. This is a design I just came up with. I didn't necessarily see this anywhere, so I'm hoping that it works. It's a trial and error kind of thing. What I did is I carved this out back in the beginning when I made these, and it's got like 1.25 inch shelf all the way around, and it's about 1.25 inch high, all these grooves, and it's gonna recess into the plank going over top. So it's gonna fit down in it, hopefully a perfect, fit. And then it saddles over this, so it wraps around this and goes to the next one. And hopefully, I'm hoping that'll all lock it in really tight. There's gonna be a plank here and a plank there, and in the middle is gonna be a center separate plank that only wraps around this. And I want it to be really tight when I pound it down so that it kind of like puts pressure on it and holds it really snug against these and helps hold everything together. Because I'm not gonna use glue or screws or anything. I'm hoping not to anyway. And that's the method I came up with and we'll see how it works out. I did test fit this one already. There was like a 30-second difference from the one end to the other, so very happy with the way that turned out, which made it a lot easier to make that fit tight. And I feel really good about it. This turned out way better. I love the way I locked them in too. I didn't know how that was going to work out. I'm really happy with it. It locks it in nice and tight. They don't move at all. It's really cool. I like the method. So all the grooves are carved, they're done, and they're ready to go on right now. Yeah, and I stain the bottom part, and that way if I get them on and they fit good, I don't want to take them back off and restain them. So I already stained the bottom, so that way all I have to do is focus on the top. I may have to plane the top. I'm kind of anticipating that if there's any kind of variance between the planks, but sand it, plane it, stain it at the end. So this will be it. This is the cherry on top. These were my best 3 boards, and a couple of them had a nice little smile to them. And I could only plane so much off of them, so I think what I'm gonna do is split the difference and then just kind of shave and plane the top so that it's fairly level, get it the best I can. But other than that, it is really tight, so I'm happy about that. It worked pretty good. It's just my planks were this one's really nice and pretty flat. These two had a little bit of a smile. This one had a lot of a smile to it, so a warp was what I mean. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through probably, this one's got a decent one to it. So I might just have to really plane it down and try to get as flat as I can. But other than that, I'm really happy with it though. Because the important thing is that it's locked in there really tight. There's no movement on it whatsoever. So I like it. That's really nice. I made these extra long because I always thought there could be some kind of discrepancy, right? If I cut them perfectly length right from the get-go, what if like this one's just a 1/4 inch off? Well, then my ends aren't gonna line up. So I made these, I think all 3 extra long, and these 2 especially extra long. I think this one's closer to the final length. So once I get it all lined up, I'm gonna snap a line and then just cut off the ends so they're nice and straight. So that's something too. I'm glad I did that because you never know. Like they could just be off a little bit and you'd see it at the end. So that's why I made them extra long. All I can say is, dang, this turned out better than I was anticipating. I think it looks really, really awesome. Yeah, I'm just kind of shocked. It looks really, really good. Wow, I can't believe that's my workbench. I don't know, there's so many thoughts going through my head. It was, this is one of the coolest things I've probably ever made in my life. And it turned out way better than I thought I was capable of. I love that I set a challenge too for myself to not use fasteners, and I did it. I mean, this is obviously is held with screws and the handles, but other than that, there's no screws. There's a little bit of glue on a couple cracks on the drawers, and that's it. I got by with just using joinery, and I really enjoyed it. It took a long time. We're over 2 months of working on this thing pretty solid. Besides the sawing, just from all working with the hand tools. And I did use because time got so crunched at the end for the cabinets and the top, I did rip these with a table saw because I was running so tight on time, and my rip saw by hand was dull, and I was like, let's just saw it with the table saw. So, but everything else I was still pleased with. It takes a lot longer doing it by hand though, and it's a lot of work, but so rewarding. It is very rewarding. I love it. It looks great. It looks partly like a dresser, a really fancy like medieval dresser, and I love that kind of stuff. It's 6 foot. My other one was 8 foot, so I shaved off 2 foot. We don't have a huge space here, so it was really nice to kind of shorten this up because it left so much more room out there for carving and the tillering tree, which we have over there. It's 3 foot wide. I think the other one was only 30 inches, and this is I think 36. So I didn't even measure it at the end. That's what it was supposed to be anyway. But yeah, it's solid. I mean, I cannot rock this thing. This is tight. I was worried about the top. Probably top of the drawers were my biggest fears of them working, and they're all working. They're not like perfect. I'm not a furniture maker or anything like that, but there's imperfections. There's gaps here and there. There is that corner flips up, but I planed the top down as flat as I could, and it looks really good. I'm really happy. I think it'll work great for what I'm intending it for bow making. I still got to bring some stuff in for the bottom, and make some storage crates for the bottom is my plan. But for the most part, I mean, the base of it and everything is done. Now I can just start filling it. The fun part really begins. Be so cool. So I'm really happy. This is really, really awesome. Now I get to enjoy it and I get to set it up how I want. Love how the drawers turned out, everything. And my next video we're doing is a maple bow. I cut down the tree by hand last year, so it's had a season. And now that's my next bow that I'm planning on making on this bench, which is really exciting. Is a tree that I cut down by hand, and then I'm gonna carve it next. So they should be seasoned to now. It's been 8 months at least. So yeah, that's my next one, and I'm going to try it out in my new bench, so that's also exciting. So a lot of exciting stuff for the future for me. So I'm glad you guys were here to watch it if you made it this far, and thank you.
Good job, babe. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That was really cool.
Good job. You made this.
I did. Made it all by hand.
That was beautiful.
Yep. I'd love to get a dozen or so bow staves, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and split the next two.